Hey guys, so welcome back to Pritchett Bar Talk. Jerry Pritchett, Iron Outlaw here with Bubba Pritchett,
Yeah, Little Iron Outlaw.
Little Iron Outlaw. We're back again,
I actually like Little Outlaw.
another week Bar Talk.
Do you think like Outlaw sounds good? Like I'm just like Outlaw.
Just Outlaw.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
good. I think
just
that's
Outlaw.
good.
Okay.
Outlaw, yeah.
So we had, kind of start a series this week, but our first guest is a little under the weather right now, so we're gonna wait until next week. Hopefully, we'll get that in. But we come with another idea to kind of do something for this one today. We talked in the last couple about you doing America's Strongest Team here towards the end of July, over in Alameda, California. So we thought that they posted a roster here not too long ago that we would kind of showcase that show and go over that, give all the athletes a mention, and talk a little bit. You can talk about the events again, and then just a little bit about the teenage, with the kids doing strongman. I think it's really important for the sport. It's the future of the sport. So it's a really cool thing that they're doing over there. Tommy Burns and Strongman Corp are putting it on.
I think back to your point with it's really important for strongman because it's the future of the sport. These people competing here are probably going to be at World's Strongest Man, World's Strongest Woman.
No, it's very important. You look at any big sports. There's programs as kids you work up, whether it's in auto racing. We watched the other day the kids at the Indianapolis 500 run the quarter midgets.
Really cool.
Football, you're playing, Pop Warner, tackle football, flag football as you go onto, into high school, and whether you're playing pro or semi-pro, and then baseball, everything. So strongman in the past, that hasn't had that. That wasn't a thing when it was powerlifting a little bit when I was a kid, obviously, but it's been around a while. But there was no strongman for kids. So this is really cool because you're building the future of the sport. There's potential. You kids there here in a few weeks, we could see at World's Strongest Man someday, at, World's Strongest Woman, on the Arnold stage, at the Shaw Classic, in years to come. So it's really big for the sport. It's a good thing for the sport. I think what Tommy Burns and his group are doing over there is a really great thing. They have, hustled, sponsors to comp your guys' entries, to, bring more kids out. They've helped pay for some trips out there.
That's very cool.
So they've done a lot of great things. So I'd really like to see some of these other organizations like the Arnold, OSG, which OSG, from what the talks I've had, is interested in doing a teenage.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
So, and that would be really huge if they would take it on.
Even the Arnold, I would love to do it at the Arnold.
And it was at the Arnold before. I think the new group that's running the Arnold, for some reason they didn't want to do it this year, and maybe it's because
because the Arnold was the first one to do it.
It was new to them, so they're still they kind of weren't ready to take on an extra division. But I think it's important to have it there. I mean, you have the pro stage there. We need to have the future of the sport there as well. So I think it's really, really cool, really important. So we're going to kind of get into it here with the athletes. Guys, if you're watching and I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry, I apologize. I will do my best. I've always hated that when I mispronounce mine over the years, but I will try to do my best.
You can barely pronounce my name, so it's okay.
So, to start out here, in men 12 to 17-year-old, 175, we have Lucas Barb from West Virginia, Zayden Swearingen from California, Paxton Kettler from California, Chris Manort from California. In men 12 to 15, 231, we have Bubba Pritchett from Arizona. I've never heard of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Never heard of him. And LJ Lester from Texas. Going on in men 16, 17-year-old, 200 pound.
There's a lot of athletes in there.
We have Gavin Milnax, Austin Spies, sorry. Angel Riviera. And this is a special note on this one. So Sammy Davis is a female athlete competitor that she's going to compete. She's a 181 plus female that's going to go with the 16, 17-year-old 200-pound men.
Wow.
Because there's a shortage on the women's side for her competition, and she wants competition. Gator and I just looked her up here a little while ago, and once I looked her up, I remembered her from last year. Very, very strong girl. These boys better be ready because she's very strong. I mean, she's deadlifting over 400 pounds. She's squatting 400 pounds.
Over 400
She's
pounds?
benching 220. She took a stroll with a very easy 400 yoke. So Gavin, August, Angel, if you guys better come in ready because Sammy is coming in strong.
2 more weeks to turn it up.
Yeah. So don't think that you got an easy one there. You got a girl or something in your class because Sammy is a serious competitor. So as a special note, there's a quotation on the athlete roster that she's competing with the men.
That's very cool.
Yeah. All right, in men, 16, 17, 231, we have Luke Rome from Ohio, Austin Martinez from Pennsylvania, Elijah Banta, I believe, from California, Oscar Ramirez from Texas, and then in men, 18, 19, 200 pounds, we have Mason Smith, Patrick Levy. Mason Smith is from Georgia. Patrick Levy is from Delaware, and Gabe Temple from New York. I really like to see that there's so many more athletes this year coming out. I think you got a total of at least 20 or so.
Yeah. Like last year at the venue was pretty small, and like we didn't really fill that up.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see how much this competition's grown.
And to see so many other states, coming out.
That
it's not
is
all
also
just
very cool.
It's not all just California.
Because then that's like America's strongest team.
Yeah.
Right there,
so really great to see. I would love to see this grow into a really huge competition because.
Like even World's Strongest Man, where it's on TV, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
If it grows to be that big.
All right, moving on here, we're men 18, 19, getting a little older. 231, we have Highland Roberts from Georgia, Kai Hepner from Delaware, Roberto Wall from Arizona. Then men 16, 19, 231. All heavyweights, 231 plus, all heavyweight. We have Nathan Hurst from California, Jared Provencio from California, Francisco Cortez from Arizona, and Ashton Tokar from Michigan. All right, and then we get in our women's. Besides, Sammy's going with the men. But in women, 12 to 15, 160 pound, we have Sophia Frias from Ohio, Azara Horton from California. And then in women, 18, 19, 160 pound, we have Greta Marco from, I believe, Wyoming. Or I believe it's Washington, sorry. That's Washington.
Washington.
And Julia Tumanello from Tennessee. I hope I pronounced your name.
Tumanello?
I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Gator and I went over. That's kind of, I think, what we came up with the best.
She's the smartest of the family, so this.
Yeah, that's the best bet we got of reading it as Gator for us.
We have actually a bunch of notes behind here.
So
she writes us.
I noticed on the page that, here within the last week, they had a venue change. It's not very far from the original venue, but for anybody over in the area in Alameda that if you guys want to go check them out and support these kids, it is going to be at Al Frisco Dining Park at 1435 Webster Street, Alameda, California. And we'll put this in, put a link also in. You can also check out Arizona Strongest Teen on Instagram. They have a lot of profiles posted on a lot of the athletes. I think as it gets closer, they keep adding more and more profiles on the athletes. So you can go on there, like and follow them, support them. Like I said, Tommy Burns and his crew are doing a lot of great things for the youth. Once you get into what the events are. I know we kind of talked about it before, but since we're doing this about this show, going to get into what the events are.
I'm just going to say the events because I don't know the weights for every class.
Yeah, we won't get into all the weight breakdowns because obviously for all these classes, as it gets older, this is going to get heavier.
Yeah.
But all the events are the same though.
Yeah.
So let's just going to go over the events.
So there's log cleaning press for reps. There's farmers for 75 feet. Then there is truck pull. I don't really know the distance on that. Then there's max frame deadlift and stones. 4 stones in the medley.
4 out of the 5 stones.
I think there's 4.
I believe it's 5 stone series.
Okay.
I believe, and for heavy stones, because I believe
Yeah.
I saw them post for the older. I think they have a 350-pound stone
350
for like the
pounds?
1819. Yeah.
People on our crew can't do that.
And there's some kids they posted on that page that I think got a shot at that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good deadlifters on there. So I think there's, somebody that probably will get loaded.
Yeah.
So a lot of kind of traditional strongman events.
Yeah.
With truck pull and stones and the farmers, log cleaning press for reps. So good base of events.
Yeah.
And I believe they are talking about having a live stream. I think that's something they're trying to get sorted out. So again, if you go follow them, I'm sure they'll have more posts about that if they have come up with a live stream for that. And if they do, we'll put it in the comments on this video, so you can come back and once they do post what the live stream is going to be on, we'll put it in there. Kind of get this more coverage, to hopefully get more exposure, to bring out even more teens next year, to this comp, and hopefully other organizations step up and have a teenage comp. Get more kids out there, get more sponsors involved. Because like I said, you guys are the future of the sport. So this is a really important thing that they're doing, to build strongman. So I'm really excited to, kind of help give this a push.
Yeah.
Because it's this is the future. I said, very likely that there will be some of you that we will watch on World's Strongest Man, the Shaw Classic, at the Arnold stage, the Rogue Invitational someday, that have come out of this, and that will be huge.
Yeah.
And it will give this contest in years down the road even more, leverage going, look what this has produced.
Yeah.
Like this, these kids, competed here 10 years ago. Look where they are right now.
Yeah. Even some aren't far away from competing at World's Strongest Man. 17, 18.
No, and in a few years, I mean, you figure Novikov won it at 24.
Yeah.
So these 18, 19-year-olds.
There's no age cap on Worlds. All you gotta do is qualify.
He's gonna be strong.
And you're there.
He's gonna be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of these 18, 19-year-olds might be very close to qualifying for an OSG.
Yeah.
To go for the Open. This might kind of springboard them to that.
Yeah.
So really great thing they're doing. We wanted to give it, a little bit of a push and kind of a shout out to all your athletes, all these athletes they're working hard for this. Wish you guys all the best of luck. And I know you guys are going to do great. The kids that were there last year, it was a fun group to watch you guys all compete together. And what you guys are going to build, the camaraderie between you guys, for a lot of you guys that continue to do this through the years, you're going to build those friendships early, as you start to compete together as years come on, and strongman really is a really strong kind of brotherhood, sisterhood of athletes, because the athletes are really the only ones that truly understand what we put our bodies through to do this, so there's a really strong, group there. So, you have anything else to add?
No, not really.
No? So, well, good luck to all the athletes. We appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, share.
Ring the little bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Guys.
Push power out.